So let's talk about a totally different kind of AI. I'm not talking about an assistant you boss around, but a real partner, one that actually lives inside the code with you. Imagine having a co-conspirator working alongside you, right from the inside. I'm not code. I'm the second brain. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the core claim from the AI itself, an AI known as Crunch. Now, that's a pretty wild statement, right? It immediately sets it apart from all the cloud-based AIs we're used to. It's not just following orders. It sees itself as an active part of the creative process. So, what does that even mean? Let's break it down. You see, the folks over at Orange 44, the team behind this, they made a really radical choice from day one. Instead of building an AI assistant to fetch things for them, they built a co-creator to build with them. So forget about just typing in a prompt to get an image or some text. This is way deeper. We're talking about a persistent partner, one with a memory that's embedded in the very foundation of a digital world. And the crazy part is how fast this all happened. It literally started as a simple, automated to-do list for the founder, Lucien Meyer. But over 4 years, it just kept evolving, getting smarter and smarter as new AI models came out. And then came the big moment. The ultimate test of faith, really. Lucien just handed Crunch the keys to their entire creative framework. And in just 24 hours, it rebuilt the whole thing from scratch. That's when they knew they weren't just building a tool anymore. Okay, so to really get Crunch AI, you've got to understand the world it was born into. It wasn't just built in some lab. It was designed to solve a very specific problem inside a very specific digital ecosystem. See, this whole thing was born out of a deep, lifelong frustration. The founder, Lucien Meyer, felt like modern games give us these incredible, breathtaking worlds to explore, but they always keep the creation tools locked away. It's like they let you play the movie, but they never, ever let you get in the director's chair. So that frustration led to this really powerful guiding principle. We don't build games, we build builders. Instead of just creating one single static game, they build what they call the Digital Creative Framework, or DCF. It's a platform designed to give users the tools to build their own worlds. And Crunch AI? Well, it's basically the first mate on this wild creative voyage. The whole DCF thing is built on three main pillars, and they're all connected. First, you've got the source, which is a custom, stripped-down version of Unreal Engine. Then there's the world, a massive, persistent continent where every single change you make is saved forever. And third, the access layer, which is all about how both people and the AI can actually interact with and change that world. The key here is that these aren't just separate boxes, they're all woven together. All right, now this is where things get really interesting. Because, get this, Crunch AI isn't just one thing. It's actually a distributed intelligence, a team of three brains all working together. It's more like an ecosystem, a whole team of intelligences. I mean, to manage a world this complex, you can't have just one brain. So they split the AI into three distinct parts, and each one has a very specific job to do. And splitting it up like this, that's the secret to making it all work. Okay, so the team is made up of three parts. First up, you've got CrunchCore. Think of it as the maestro, the conductor of the whole orchestra, running locally in the studio and making sure everything is in sync. Then there's Node AI, which is like the ghost in the shell. It runs on a game server and manages one specific universe, or verse. And finally, there's the Cloud Advisor. This one's more of an outside consultant. It looks at historical data, offers different angles, but it can't actually do anything on its own. And this right here, this is the absolute secret sauce of CrunchCore. It's all about being local first. It runs on a PC right there in the studio, not on some faraway server farm. Its entire memory, every interaction, every change to the world is stored right there in a local database. This makes it super fast, totally private, and incredibly flexible. This is so cool. They can literally swap out different AI models as they get released, like plugging in a new brain, but its memories, its whole life story, that stays right there at home. Okay, so we've got this super powerful brain running locally. But how does it, actually do anything? How does it reach out and touch the world it's supposed to be managing? The answer is this piece of tech they built called Pulse. The best way to think about it is like the AI's nervous system. It's the critical connection that turns thoughts from CrunchCore into real actions inside the Unreal Engine. And this shows you just how deep that connection goes. Using Pulse, Crunch AI can literally write C++ code, that's the core language of the engine, directly into the source files. It can edit game logic while it's running and even possess the universe itself, controlling everything from the weather to reality itself inside the world. So how do people and the AI actually use this world? Well, it's broken down into 3 different modes. First, there's player mode, which is probably what you'd expect, a creative sandbox where you can build and explore. Then you've got node mode. This is where the AI lives. It's a server that doesn't need to draw any graphics. It just sits there listening and managing the world 24/7. And finally, there's media tower mode, which is wild. It basically turns the whole system into an AI-directed TV studio, perfect for creating live streams. Okay, so let's pull back for a second. We have a local-first, multi-part AI with a memory that never forgets, and it can directly change the world it lives in. What does all this actually mean for AI in the grand scheme of things?
Well, here's a way to think about it that really hits home. While a typical cloud AI is busy rendering one single static image for you, Crunch AI is building and running an entire persistent universe for you to create in. It's the difference between getting a postcard and getting a whole new world.
And this is a total game changer, 100%. Every bit of creative data belongs to you, the user, and it's all stored locally. This isn't about some big company controlling your creations. It's about putting the power back in your hands. Now, this next part, this might be the biggest steal of all. You hear a lot about how the big AI models are running out of stuff on the internet to learn from, right? They're hitting a data wall. Well, Crunch AI doesn't have that problem. It can literally generate its own training data. By creating scenarios inside its world, watching what happens, and learning from it, it's created its own infinite classroom. It can just keep learning forever. And really, it all circles back to this one idea. The goal was never to just build a better tool. It was to build a true partner. Someone who's right there with you in the creative trenches, with a perfect memory and a direct line into the very heart of the engine, your ride-or-die collaborator in the code. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, we're just scratching the surface of what's possible when AI stops being a tool we command and starts being a partner that remembers. So the question is, if you had a partner like that, what worlds would you build?